Hello, everybody. Today we're going to go over how to bring the FSG bot into our Discord, what we need to set up, and the different things that you can do with it, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. All right. So first off, you're going to want to uh, check out our website. There's a ton of features on here. You've got server list, Discord list, mods, and there's also docs. And we're working on some more stuff for it. We don't want to be too overwhelming, but we want to make sure that we have plenty of resources for you guys that are into the farm sim world. Okay. So you want to bring the FSG bot into your server and get it to post when players join and leave and have the player tracking and all those really nice, cool features. Well, how do you do it? Well, first thing you want to do is go to farmsimgame.com and then you'll see this lovely homepage. And then you'll want to log in. And you do this just like you do with anything else that you log in with Discord with. And authorize, piece of cake. Okay, not that difficult. Now, it doesn't really hold any personal information. The only thing that our website actually obtains from your Discord data is your email and your Discord ID. Other than that, we keep it very limited. We don't have your name. We have your username, but we don't have any other personal data. So we're pretty picky when it comes to making sure that we don't uh, have too much information on you guys because we want you guys to be safe, right? So we try to only take what is needed so that way we can best serve you guys and ensure your safety. Okay. So once you're logged in with Discord, you're good to go. Okay. Now we're wanting to set up our server so that it shows up in the server list. So first thing we want to do is once we've created our Discord, I went ahead and created a blank Discord here, called it FS25 FSG Bot, and as you can see, it's just got a couple channels here. So we still got to set that up. But let's go ahead and get the FSG Bot in there because it's not in there yet. Right now, I'm the only person in there, or only user. So if we go to the Farm Sim Game website, and I guess the easiest way to do it is to click on your icon in the upper right corner and then go to my Discord. So anytime, manage different Discord. Anytime you want to do anything as far as your Discord goes, that's where the easiest way to get to it. And then you can, like you just saw where I changed to different Discords. So if you have multiple Discords, you can do that. Um, Now your game servers will be tied to the Discord that you are active on. So I would click on this Discord to be active on that Discord. So when I create a game server, it will be tied to that active Discord. Okay. So all I got to do is click on it and it should ask me to invite the bot because the bot's not in that Discord yet. So we will go ahead and do that. FS25 FSG bot. Make sure you got the right server here, and chances are it'll ask you. It wants admin permission. Now, if you don't want to give it admin permission, that's fine. You can uncheck that and still bring the bot in your server. Just make sure you give it the proper permissions for the channels you want it to have access to. So, for example, the channels that you want it to post the joins and leaves in, it needs to have permissions to create messages in those channels. Okay. Now, if you want it to watch your channels and delete messages that contain words that it shouldn't contain, then you'll need to make sure it has manage messages permissions for that channel and so on. Okay. So basically, anything you want to set the bot up for, you need to give it permission within each channel or category or however you have your Discord set up so that it can properly do that. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. And I don't think it really says anything, especially if it can't send messages. It can't tell you anything. Now in the manage Discord panel, it may show some information on the audit logs, but it doesn't show all the issues. So just something to keep in mind. If you want to just give it administrator, that's perfect. Then you don't have to worry about any of the permissions. So I'll go with administrator. Now, me or my team or anybody else that's part of the farm sim game world does not have access to make the bot do anything malicious. Okay. So we can't see your messages. We can't do this. We can't do that. And I make sure to go out of my way to uh, keep that security because, it's just, I wouldn't want that with one of my servers. So I want to make sure that's the same for everybody else's. So just, you know, common courtesy type of thing. But always be careful about what you bring in your discords. Okay. And did it bring it in? Yep. See right here. We got a welcome message. Welcome Farm Sim Game Bot. We hope you brought pizza. And then the bot gives you a thank you for adding me to your server, and it'll automatically post it in your general chat or whatever your main join chat is, I guess, in your Discord. Okay. So let's go ahead and go into that Discord on the website here. Now, if you are if you have supporter status, so if you become a supporter of Farm Sim Game, you can enable the server to be able to have the premium features. I'm not really going to go over that too much in this video. I really just want to cover how you get your server in here and get it set up, because that's a big question that folks ask. And you can kind of poke around with all these different settings to see what all they do. As far as your Discord moderation and features, this is the central spot for that. None of this will do any of the farm sim related stuff. So that's on a separate page, which we'll go over that in just a second. But it's got a ton of features in here, and you can kind of see some tracking on how many members leave your server, how many join your server, and what your net members is. So you can kind of see how many members you're gaining or losing throughout the time of your server. And another thing too, if you want more folks to be able to find your server, you want to definitely go to discovery settings and enable discovery. Put your invite URL, a short description, a long description, some tags, and then also a banner image for your for the website here, and that'll show up within this. So that way you can easily be more easily be found on the website here. And we tried to make this as Google and Bing and search friendly as possible. That way more people, more players can find your servers. We want to do our best to help folks match up with servers that they actually enjoy playing on. And there's a ton of players out there, and it's just, I remember when I was looking for multiplayer, and I found Discord, and it was just a game changer, and then I ended up creating Farm Sim Game and blah blah blah. So I want to make sure that it's as easy as possible for new users to be able to find and connect with players that they're like, because not everybody wants to be on FSG Realism or Public Farm Sim or whatever. So, my server may not be for everybody, your server may not be for everybody, but there's always people out there that, could be your future friends, right? Anyway, so once we have that all set up and we're happy with it, and I'll create more videos in the future on all the different details for the My Discord part here. But yeah, there's a ton of features here. And some of them are a little bit limited by the supporter status. And the reason we do that is because it's not cheap to run all this. And yes, we do have ads, but that doesn't pay for it. So our supporters really do kind of help carry us and help us to be able to keep things going, pay for the servers, pay for the web hosting, and just all that. So appreciate everybody that does support. And if you don't support, definitely consider it. Uh, and you can get the details on what all supporters get by going to supporter details here at the bottom. Okay. Uh, Server. All right. So we want to add our game server. So I've got a fake game server here. That's just some made up stuff. Um, and I've got a whole nother video that explains what all these different features and how to use all that uh, on in our docs. So if you go to the website, go to docs, it's in there, game server or dedicated server or something like that. And it's just, I go into detail on every little thing, how to get your server up the list, and just every little detail that I could find. I covered in a whole section in our docs for this. So yeah, definitely check that out if you're new to hosting servers. If you're self-hosting, make sure that you're using the public IP address. So basically, one way to do it is take your phone, turn your Wi-Fi off on your phone, and then access your server. Okay, if you can open your server website like this from your phone without Wi-Fi on, then you're good. You just need to make sure you use that address. But if it's like a 192 or 10.0 or whatever, a local address, the bot cannot see it unless it's what do you call it, public. Okay, so make sure that your server is public and everybody can access it. Otherwise, it's not gonna work properly. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so we have our server here. We want to go ahead and go to the website. Now, we got a bunch of stuff over here. You can, if you want to get hosting, we use Fragnet. We've used Fragnet for a couple of years now. It's been rather good. We haven't had any major issues, and anytime we do have an issue, they usually pretty quick to get it sorted out. I have to shoot them create a ticket, and then they take care of it, or they help me take care of it, or whatever. I've been hosting 20 plus servers through Fragnet for over 2 years, and like I said, we're pretty happy with it. So, um, if you're if you don't already have a server, definitely check them out. If you use this link here, it actually kind of helps us out in a way to be able to keep our servers online. So you still pay the same price, but it gives us a little bump, right? So definitely check them out, and we appreciate Fragnet for everything they do. Okay, now scroll down here to the Farm Sim Game tab. You got Realism down here if you want to join our Realism servers. And then our Farm Sim Game, we've got add your FS25 server to Farm Sim Game. This does work for 19 and 22 still, so something to keep in mind if you have those. Okay. So we'll go ahead and add it. Now, these pictures here are kind of outdated. I will update those soon. The only thing that's really outdated about it is the colors of the icon here. The most of these are still the same. We still got a lot of these stats and whatnot. They're just located in different places because we've updated a lot since then. But yeah, I'll update that soon. So pretty much you just follow this 5-step process, right? For setting up your server. And it kind of explains it as you go. So we'll go ahead and start creating. So we want a server name, and we'll go my game server short name. Now you don't want any spaces or anything like that. It's just something real short that you could put in the URL when you're sharing your game server. So MGS, that one's available. Gives me the check mark. We'll go with that. And then some info about why you would like my server. And you can kind of put whatever detail you want in there. Just keep it friendly. You don't want it to be vulgar or anything like that, because otherwise we might have to delete it. Okay, so next step. All right, make sure you select which version of the game you are running. We are running FS25 right here. So make sure you have that selected by default. It's going to go to FS25. And then we need our server link XML. So if we go here to our website and we go to settings, we have our link XML here. So we want to copy this and then bring it over here. Now, if you see, I use a self-hosted, so it's using my local IP address. So I've got to change that to my internet IP or internet address, which is this. I was able to update it to be able to show that. Okay. And then that would be our address. We get the check mark. Now, um, something that I've kind of discovered with hosted servers is when someone rents a server and then they stop renting it, that server will be up for grabs for another player or server owner to take over, and then they end up using that same code. So if you run into an instance where you try to use your XML code and it's already taken, just reach out to us in our Discord and we will look into it. Make sure you let us know the server name and yada yada yada. If you got it new, just give us some information on it. Don't just be like, mine don't work. Well, we can't help you. So, be sure to give us some information so that we can easily help you and get you taken care of as quick as we can. So the more information, the better. Little information, little help. More information, more help. Make sense? Checks out for me, right? Downloads link, if you want to share where your mods downloads are, you could go to mods and then copy this link if you wanted to. We'll go ahead and do that in this case. Now, if you do that, make sure that this is public, which would be in your settings. Yeah, so public mod download, make sure that's active, okay? This one is not active, but make sure you activate it so that players can access it if needed, okay? I'm going to delete this server when I'm done. Okay, Discord invite link. So we would come to our Discord. Now, the FSG bot has a neat little feature in it where you can kind of create custom invites with the bot. So if we create a category, we'll call it invites. You would want to make that private, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay. FSG website. You do not want spaces when you do create the keyword. So I just always put a dash in there. Invite, keyword, FSG website. Oh, we got a lot of information. I haven't used the bot in a while with this user. Okay, so it's created us a Discord invite link here. We'll just copy that link. Where are you at? I'm blind. Copy. Did I click on the link? We'll just do copy text. Did that work? Copy text? Yeah. Okay. So we'll go back here to the website, drop our link in there. And then a website, if you've got a website, you can put that in here. We'll just do www.farmsimgame.com because why not? You don't have to put these in. This one you have to have for the server tracking. The rest of these are kind of optional. And there's a little info here, little pop-up infos, so you can kind of get a little info if you wanted. Okay, next. All right, we want to select what our server's about. So if it's about farming, realistic, kind of grain, if it's hard mode, yada, 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 PC crossplay, check all the ones that apply. We're still kind of working on a way for players to better search for this type of stuff, but definitely set that up because pretty soon players will be able to pretty much check what they want and then it'll show servers related to what they've checked. And then you want to, if you want, you can put your server location, state, and city. These are optional as well, but it helps players know where the server is located. So if the server is closer to them, they'll get a better ping, right? So we'll go ahead and move on. And then you can select a server image. So an image that goes with the server profile. I'm not going to worry about that, but you would select it here. And it's best to use this size because that's the size it wants to display on the website. But you can put whatever size in there. It just might look stretched. Okay. And then it wants us to set up channels. Now I haven't set up any channels yet. So let's go ahead and set some up. So we got online notifications, offline notifications, player join notifications, player leave notifications, player online display. Okay. So if we go to our Discord, we'll go ahead and create a category and call it game server. And we'll go ahead and create a activity, server activity. Can't spell. Think I got it. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just, yeah. Let's do this. Okay. So player count. Call it a player count channel. I'm not going to worry about making a bunch of channels. If you want to create separate channels, you can. On my servers, I like to keep some of the admin type stuff separate from the player joins, but that's up to you. Whatever works best for you. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't show the updates here, so we got to refresh this page if we didn't create the channels first, and then our channels are in here. So we got server activity, server activity, server activity, server activity, and then the player's online display would be our player count. So this has to be a voice channel. The reason for that is the text channels do not allow us to put the custom emojis and text in there, where the voice channels allow us to be able to kind of put emojis and uppercase, lowercase, and customize it a little bit more. So where if, like these channels, it adds a dash if there's a space. There's just a space there if there's a space. Okay. All right. So we've done that, and it says we're good to go, and then we can just go to my servers. Okay. So once we're in our my servers, now anytime you log into the website, if you want to find this page, the quickest way is to click on your name and go to my servers. So my servers, my Discord, right here. So that way you can quickly get to them and do what you got to do, right? Okay, so it sees that the server is offline. So let's go ahead and bring it online. So we'll start it. And then we should, it might take a little bit for it to show up in here. The website is set up to check every 15 minutes for servers that have been offline. And it does that because we don't want to take too many resources from the online servers to be checking for servers that may never come back online. So it takes a few minutes for that to update. Now, if you want it to get a little faster, if you come in here and you change something, so let's see, show mods list. Let's enable that. Okay, so we save that, and now it should show online. Does it show? Yeah, so it shows the server online. It may not actually be online, but what it does is when you update something, it'll go to online status. That way it can hopefully trigger your server quicker. So if you update your XML link or something like that, you'll hopefully get a update faster. It's not showing anything in here yet. Let's see if it actually shows online. Let's give it a refresh. Nothing yet. Server is online though. If we go into our XML link here, we can actually see that it's got data. So it's doing something. Let's see, yeah. It's Still shows online, so, but it's been 3 minutes since the last update. Let's go ahead and see if we can log in the game. What did I name the server? My Game Pass. I need that. My game server. Okay, I'm going to load the game up, and as soon as it's loaded up, I'll be right back.